In a bit, I'm going to be chatting with Sam Rivera, the lead producer at FIFA 20, about some of the new gameplay features that are going to be coming to FIFA 20. But first, we go across the pond. Last week, singer-songwriter and Fulham footballer Chelsea Grimes caught up with some special guests to give us the details on Volta football and the culture that inspired it. Check it out.
With Volta producer Jeff Antwi and Manchester United and England legend Rio Ferdinand to talk about a subject close to my heart, street football. Okay, so Rio, we're here in London, your hometown. Cage football, street football. What was your memories and experiences growing up? Did you play a lot of it?
No, this was where I grew up. This is exactly what I've done day in, day out. In there, the ball never goes out of play. Physically, it's demanding. You're forced to almost have a personality and show a personality in there. Do you know what I mean?
There's definitely no hiding in there,
Oh,
is
no,
there?
you can't hide in there.
So I used to play in the street with all the boys, and it was kind of the same, you know, we'd learn how to bounce it off the curb and use the walls on people's houses as another player. What was it for you that made you want to bring it even into the game?
For us, it's a return to street football for the FIFA franchise, and we're really excited about being able to, you know, be in places like this, you know, where it's rooted in the real people, the real places. Authenticity, creativity, culture are all things that we wanted to bring to Volta.
Look at that guy's footwork.
Yeah, the footwork's it's amazing. That's what you can do in Volta, though. So that's part of the detail in the gameplay.
So you can do like all these mad tricks like this.
Well, just being able to be really skillful with the ball at your feet. You know, whether it's a classic futsal drag, or being able to play it off the wall to yourself to beat your opponent, or flick it up over your head to create space for on goal.
Can you use that all the players from the professional teams?
Absolutely. So obviously, with it being FIFA, we want to make sure that authenticity is at the forefront. And so you can play with or against the real players, all the licensed players that we have, all the licensed clubs. You can imagine playing Chelsea versus Spurs in this London cage.
Man United versus Liverpool.
Man United versus Liverpool.
The physical and technical is mad. I've played on loads of different places. Where is there to play on the game?
So obviously with Volta, it's the world's game, and there's so many locations that you can play with, from a rooftop in Tokyo to a London cage like this, or even an underpass in Amsterdam. So, you know, we want to make sure that what we're building is, you know, real to the space, real to the people.
Well, where's the craziest place you play football?
I was actually in a camp in LA, and I played a bit of soccer there, I've never played it there before. The pitches are a lot nicer than when I grew up playing in Liverpool. What about you, Rio?
Maybe in a favela in Brazil. I went to the World Cup in Brazil. My first one I did as a pundit. I managed to go into the favelas and have a little look. It was crazy, man. And amongst that was just like a pitch in the middle of it, in a cage. A bit like here, but it's just different setting.
Right. What type of football were you playing?
We played whoever was there. So you just play with the numbers you've got. If there was 3v3, fine. If it was 5-a-sides, not a problem. Yeah. So
what's great is that's Volta. Being able to play 3v3, 4v4, 5v5, playing with goalkeepers, playing without goalkeepers, you know, playing in a cage like this, or playing futsal, you know, with more authentic rules. I think Volta does a really good job of representing the diversity of the game, not only the people, but also in the game style. You can treat the wall like your teammate, passing to yourself, or you can be really skillful with the ball, like, you know, like these guys are being. Volta football is such a diverse game, and for millions of people around the world, streets is their stadium. So for you guys, what are some of the fundamental things that you take away from the streets, and what translates to the stadiums?
Small-sided games, 3 versus 3, 5-a-sides. I grew up in this environment. I think it enables you definitely to be able to deal with people 1v1, because in a game in a stadium, in front of thousands and thousands of people, you're going to have to deal with someone 1v1 like this, and with bigger spaces. So you getting used to that in this type of environment is, I think, for a young player, is key.
Having a personality, not being afraid to try something new here. Yeah. And obviously, you know, eventually you can go and put it onto the big stage. So I think this is you go and express yourself.
I think definitely that key word, express. If you can express yourself, you see the best in everyone. I think individually, as a team.
You know, street football is, for a lot of people, it's foundational. and it translates to, you know, the stadiums. And for Volta, that's kind of how we built the gameplay experience. And so we're really excited about what we can, you know, represent and being able to represent the flair and the style that you guys just talked about.
I think a lot of people as well used to always associate like skills and flair without the end product. I think that's what's great about this game is that end product's always king.
What I really want to know is, can you create female players?
Absolutely. I think that's one of the biggest innovations. You can play male or female, and they play with each other as well, and that's an important part of what we're building.
When you go and play in there, not everyone turns up in a pair of shorts, boots. Can we have like jeans like cut downs that I've got, or
you can have, you know, t-shirts and shorts, or you can have jeans and long sleeves. Again, a big thing for us is, you know, being able to establish the culture that is street football through clothing, through how you look, your personal style. You can have short hair, long hair. You can have tattoos, no tattoos. You can play with trainers.
Okay.
a lot of the time as well is like it's not only you want to look good, you want to feel good, play good.
Yeah.
And some of it's superstition, like it's all of that all in one. If you can get that into a game and transfer that and translate that into the cage, you got it made.
That's a big part of Volta football, just being able to represent the people as they are. You know, we want it to be authentic, we want it to be diverse, you know, we want it to be cultural and creative, and a lot of that is, you know, how you equip yourself and how you carry yourself and how you represent yourself in the game.
Jeff, thank you so much. Rio, it's been a pleasure. I can't wait to play Volta, so I'll see you in the cage.